one this year. Salt Mama Christie, Dr. Christie Dotete, my own mom, and every member of Solid Rock Chapel, I wish you 31 years of grace, of God's abundance, of God's love. I enjoyed Sunday, and I can't wait for next year, the 70th birthday of my mom. Oh my God. It's going to be heaven on earth. This woman has worked. This woman has raised sons and daughters. And I think she deserves to be honored. And I will make sure she's honored, and she's honored big time. If you want to come on board, my darling, you are welcome. Sometimes we want to wait. We are not waiting for the person to die and we'll read nice tribute. If you are waiting for me to die to read nice tribute, my darling, I will disappoint you. Maybe I might be going like Elijah, I don't know. So please don't wait. Now is the time. Mama Christie, from Royalhouse, from Royal Ladies, we celebrate you. Well, you can see my color. We are in Pinktober, the month of pink, the month of breast cancer awareness. Last week, I promised you that we are going to come on this week with breast cancer awareness. Year after year, we do it, and I hope people are learning. Today, I have two doctors here. Two doctors that are not visitors to our screen. Two doctors that you see their faces all the time. With me today is, as usual, Dr. Mrs. Betty Atafua. Dr. Betty is a senior medical officer with Rich Hospital, Family Medicine Department, a humanitarian, and has embarked on various outreaches towards health and wellness across the country and exchange programs in Germany. Passionate about women and children's health. She's a deacon, a member of Royalhouse medical team, Voices in Worship, and then a member of 2G. She's a former Rosa UCC, University of Cape Coast executive, married to Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Atefua, and blessed with 3 adorable boys. I will be very surprised. Not I won't be surprised. I will be very surprised if they don't raise a doctor. 2 doctors, they must raise a doctor by all means. But in any case, these days we don't force the children to do what we want them to do. They come out as their own. I remember 2 lawyers, what's Nanakos's boss's name? I'll remember. Nene. I remember the name. So 2 lawyers, their only child didn't want to be a lawyer. And guess what she wanted to be? A makeup artist. She didn't know how to tell her parents. So she had to write a note and leave it on the dining table. But you see, these days, the children do what they want as long as they are having satisfaction, as long as they are working in God's purpose and they are aligning in God's purpose. Why not? There's one lady I want to bring here. Sweet and Things. Her mother is a medical doctor. The day she told her mother she wanted to go into baking, her mother said, "What?" After all the education, the first degree, the masters, the what? Today, she tells me, people refer to her mother as Sweet and Things mother. Some time ago, they referred to her as Dr. So-so-and-so's daughter. My darling, things are changing, and we should allow our children to be. So, that is Dr. Betty. There's one lady here, till now, I feel like I'm dreaming. I feel like things are not real in the studio. You've seen her face severally on Family Life, but the truth, this is her ever first time in the studios of Family Life. We always record her from the UK. Today, Dr. Mrs. Vanessa Appiah is in the studio. Ooh. Dr. Vanessa is a consultant physician in urinary medicine.
There we go.
CEO of Accra London Health Centre, Labonin. Experienced physician, researcher, advocate, and international speaker. She has spoken in my conference in the UK, and this woman speaks well. She knows what she's about. She's the fellow of the Royal College of Physicians and Fulbright, I hope I mentioned well, scholar. A Master of Public Health from Harvard University. Her clinical and advocacy interests span women's and girls' health, adolescent health, sexual and reproductive health, HIV, and integrative approaches to counseling and wellness. Medical Director of Preventex, the UK's largest provider of remote sexual health services. Medical Board Member of NAZ, I hope I'm mentioning it well, NAZ or Z. A charitable committed to advertising high quality HIV and sexual health services from, is it what? Rakali, I hope I'm mentioning it well. Co-founder of the Her Wealth Foundation, which champions equitable access to women's health and well-being. Hey, co-host, when I'm done, you must give me a certificate. Married to Dr. John. Hey, today we are celebrating doctors. Married to Dr. John Appiah and are blessed with 2 wonderful kids. Doctors, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Dr. Vanessa, before we go into this, I want something just occurred to me. Where you went to lecture in a conference, and you were the only black person in the room. And these white guys came and said, "Oh, are you the cleaner? Please clean my decks or something for me." And you gladly did it. Then it was time for the lecturing. You got up and you started doing your presentation. And this guy came back later when it was done to apologize. Please tell us.
No, it was so funny. Thank you, Mommy. It's funny, I've even forgotten.
And welcome to the studio for the first time.
I'm very excited to be here, so thank you so much. No, yes, I was in the room. I got there early, so just to prepare. And then they walked in. They didn't smile or anything like that, but I was in my zone. And then they asked me to someone had come to put teas on the table
Okay.
and some of the AV stuff, and so he said, "Oh, could you make sure this is clear for the presentation?" And I said, "Oh, okay." And then he said, "The AV isn't working for the thing, so can you sort that out as well?" So I said, "Yes, okay, fine." So I did it. I cleaned. I did all the AV. Then people were coming in, and people were hugging me. So he was wondering. And then they said, "Can Dr. Vanessa appear? You're welcome." So I stood. And you know, obviously, a white guy, he went bright red, and he's looking, he couldn't move, he was sick. And I smiled at him, and then I went up and I did the talk, and then afterwards he came, and I said, "No problem, no problem." And he said, "Oh, why didn't I say anything?" Oh, but I said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with clearing
That's right.
up." So
That's
I'll do
right.
that, but I said, "Next time you'll think about it when you never forget this." And he said,
Wow.
"I'll never forget it." Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It's an interesting time. Yeah.
Wow. My darling, before you judge people, have your facts.
Yeah.
Sometimes we look at people and we think that they don't deserve to be where they must be. And then now, the program starts and the person is invited to the high table. And then here are you. You had already looked down on the person and you just do not have words to explain. You don't know how to apologize to the person. And I love Dr. Vanessa for one thing. Dr. Vanessa is there, but she knows how to serve. You should see Dr. Vanessa ushering in church. You should see Dr. Vanessa working as an usher, working as a protocol, working in our hospitality team. And I look back and I say, who is this woman? Dr. Vanessa, who are you?
Who am I? What a question. I'm an usher.
Wow.
I'm part of the hospitality department, so I give a shout out to them. I don't know, a wife, a mother,
Wow.
a doctor, but I feel blessed. And
How do you
I love
combine
serving.
all these roles? Today you are in the UK. Just last week, where were you?
Paris.
Paris.
Yeah. It's by His grace.
Wow.
I think there's so many opportunities that have come, but it's by His grace.
Wow.
I don't do everything perfectly. I'm sure my husband and kids will say that, but I try.
Wow.
That's the main thing
Wow.
to say. Yeah.
Dr. Betty,
Yes, mommy.
year after year, you are here with me, and I don't take it for granted.
It's an
I
honor.
don't take it for granted at all. You are one daughter of mine that I'm so proud of.
Oh,
So
thank you,
proud
mommy.
of. People were raised in this church. We saw them when they were nothing. Now God blessed them, and they wanted to sit on all of us, minus you.
Amen.
People are raised from here, trained by me. They get married, and we never see their shadow. But you are married to a reverend doctor. He married you into another church, but you have always still been a part of us. Convention of Saints, you are here. Week of the Altar, you are here. 2G, you are here. Pink Walk, you are here. Pinktober, you are here. How did you fall in love with Royalhouse Chapel so much and still continue to see Royalhouse Chapel as home?
Mommy, for me, I consider myself as one of the first babies of Royalhouse.
I like that.
And so when, Daddy got his vision in the month of June.
Okay.
I was also born in the month of June.
Okay.
In the same year, 1991.
Wow.
So, I mean, I feel so connected, even by blood, to the church.
Wow.
Because although my mom joined somewhere in 1997,
That's right.
that was in IBWC
Yeah.
back in Kokomlemle. Wherever she's going, I'm following her.
Wow.
She was in the choir. They go for rehearsals about 2 or 3 times a week.
You are there.
I'm always there.
She's going to camp. You are there.
I'm always there. She takes me to the women's camp during those times back in University of Ghana, Legon, and all that. I'm always there. So even with the old songs that the old women sing, I know all of them back to back.
Wow.
Sometimes I sing it at home and my husband asks me, where did you learn this song from? You know, and I feel that Royal House Chapel has made me who I am today.
I like that.
You know, if you are well groomed in something that is of God, it affects every aspect of your life. It affects me in the way I handle issues of life.
Like that.
In my career, even in my education, growing up. You know, you get to a point of puberty, making the right choices and all that. Everything you learn back from teen service, Sunday school and all that, what AG has taught us has directed the way I react to the issues of life, the choices I make in life, and who I associate with. And thankfully, God has given me a loving, caring husband who understands the things of God. You know, I remember the day he wanted to marry me and he brought me to you and he said, Mommy, I want to take your daughter away. He said, she will come for week of the altar. He said, okay. She will come for every conventional. He said, okay. She will come for every meeting. He said, okay. And he has actually stuck to his word. And he even knows everything about Royal House, sometimes more than myself. Every speaker who mounts, he says, this is Reverend this is Pastor this is, and he knows everyone. So, I mean, it's by the grace of God that I'm here today, and I do not take it for granted.
Reverend Dr. Atefua, thank you so much. You've been a good gentleman. You've honored every word and every promise you made to me. Thank you that you didn't totally take my daughter away. At least any homecoming, she's here. Thank you so much. May the Lord honor you, increase the oil over your life, increase your anointing. May you be one of our best doctors in this country.
Amen.
May you be blessed. May your heart desire for yourself, for your wife, for your marriage, for your 3 boys come to pass.
Amen.
Thank you. You have been a very good son-in-law. I mean, very good son-in-law. I couldn't have asked for more. You've been a very, very good son-in-law. And thank you for taking good care of my daughter. I saw her before the marriage, and I am seeing her now. And I know that you are giving her peace of mind in the marriage. You are giving her happiness in the marriage. You are giving her joy in the marriage. I will never forget when Dr. Betty's mom came to me and said, Mama Rita, somebody wants to come and ask the hand of my daughter in marriage, but the person is not a royal, and I'm not happy. I don't want my daughter to leave Royal House Chapel. And she was crying, I mean literally crying, Mama, I'm not joking. I said, listen, I have known your daughter, she's not leaving. Thank you for honoring me, for honoring Dr. Betty's biological mother. So, doctors, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Vanessa, breast cancer now accounts for nearly 1 in every 3 cancers. Cancer cases among women in Ghana, and reflects similar across the sub-region. Why has it become so common, and what does this trend tell us about our lifestyles and health systems?
Thanks, Mommy. That's such a good question. So I think, first of all, with breast cancer, with any condition, when you see that the cases are going up, part of that is because we're actually diagnosing it. So people are coming in and getting diagnosed, and we're seeing those numbers go up. The other issue is that there are a number of risk factors associated with breast cancer. So I always split it up into risk factors that we can change, and risk factors that we can't change. So risk factors that we can't change can be related to our age, the genetics that we have, and there are certain genes that we have that make you more at risk of breast cancer. And then also family history as well can be very relevant. So those are things that, you know, it's not in your control. But there are other things in terms of what we see in terms of increasing weight. So obesity can be really relevant as well. Things like smoking, things like alcohol, other things that we are seeing, that we're learning more and more about this, relevant to us as women, is things like hair relaxers and being cautious of things like that. So
hair relaxers?
Yeah, there's some data that's come out that some hair relaxers, some of the content can be related to some cancers as well. So we've got those. And then I think the other thing as well that we're seeing with breast cancer is as it goes up, where also you have to think about where we live and who we are and what we're exposed to. And the stigma of a diagnosis of cancer can stop people going and get screened and being diagnosed. So then they get diagnosed later. Or you've got the issue of people are worried about finances. So they're thinking, if I get diagnosed, how am I going to get treated? How am I going to get managed? So we see that there are a number of factors which contribute to the number going up, but also the fact that we're recognizing it more as well.
Dr. Betty, what are the earliest and most common signs of breast cancer that women, and these days even men, should pay attention to? What are the signs?
You know, although women are more at risk of breast cancer, the men also get it. So let's say in Ghana, initially we didn't have data covering the whole of Ghana, but as early as 2022, we now have some data. So you have about 5,000 cases in 2022. Out of which,
men?
No, I mean everyone. Out of which 2,000 died in Ghana. Right? And Kolebu recorded about 600 of them. And this is just a fraction of the actual number. Because most of them hide in their rooms, cover the place with rags and all that until they become smelly and all that. So we are not getting the actual number yet. However, if they get to know the signs and symptoms and we are able to debunk some myths and rumors about it, it will push them to come out more. It will push them to get to the hospitals earlier so that we can catch them at maybe stage 1 and stage 2. And it's been found out that even in Ghana, if we find out that you have stage 1 or stage 2, you are guaranteed of about 90% recovery. Even in Ghana.
But
stage
the problem, 1 or 2?
Yes, but the problem is they don't come
It's up to how many stages?
4 stages.
4 stages. When you get to 4, then it means that you are almost in heaven.
The bones, the brain, everywhere. At that point, we may not be able to help you. Yes. So signs and symptoms. Sometimes you may not have any lump at all. And so at that stage, you can only detect it if you frequent the hospital and you see your physician. There may be a point where you feel a lump, and most of the lumps with breast cancer are painless. A lot of people think that it's a painful lump, but it's actually painless. And you can only notice if you know your breasts. So we advocate that you should frequently examine your own breast at home. As women, you may have pain and swelling in the breast, sometimes during ovulation time and during your menses. So we ask that you wait maybe a week after your menses. Then you can examine your breast in the mirror at home. And then you can take advantage of every October discount to visit a hospital so that a healthcare professional can also examine.
I hope somebody is listening to me. Take advantage of October, Pink October, and have a check done. In Ghana today, Pink October is free. You can walk into any clinic and ask them to check, and it's free of charge. Go on, Dr. Betty.
So you can do the scan or the mammogram, depending on your age.
Scan or mammogram?
Mammogram is 40 years and over. And then the breast scan is like the normal scan pregnant women do for the breast if you are younger. And it's mainly based on the density of the breasts. Yes, so you can either have a painless lump
Okay.
in the breast when you examine. The lump can be anywhere, from the main breast to just behind the nipple to the tail of the breast that's
Okay.
around the armpit area.
Okay.
Or you may even feel lymph nodes that they
Okay.
are like pebbles within the armpits.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are all the signs or the symptoms you can actually feel. And then when it comes to the skin of the breast, it may change to the skin of an orange.
Okay.
With all the dimples and all that.
Okay.
And the feel of the breast at that area will also change to how the orange peel feels. Right, so we call it pod orange in the medical parlance.
Okay.
And then when it comes to the nipple, you may have changes.
Okay.
And you can only notice it if you know your breast, how your
Okay.
breasts look like. Okay, so if you have pointed nipples and suddenly you see that one has gone inwards, it's a sign that you have to follow up.
Okay.
If you see that you've not pressed the breast, but you see some discharge, it may be colorless, milky, bloody.
Wow.
It may be a sign.
Okay.
And then around the skin too, you may see some darkening. And if it's advanced, it may lead to a sore.
Okay.
Right? So those are all signs and
Okay.
symptoms you can look out for.
So for breast examination,
Yeah.
how often should you do it?
Some people say once a year, but
Okay.
I would say every month.
Every month. Okay.
If you do it every month, you get to know your breasts better. And if there's any little change, you can easily notice it. So a week after your menses has ended, when your breast is not sore, when it's not engorged or
Okay.
painful, and then you get a mirror in which you can see both breasts at the same time.
Okay.
Some people try and get a tiny mirror where they can see only one. It's not the best because
Okay.
you need to compare both breasts. One may get bigger than the other.
Okay.
One may get smaller than the other. And if there's any darkened areas, you can see it in the mirror. That's how you start the examination process, by looking. And if your breasts are, you are well endowed, you need to look under the breast.
Okay.
So still while looking in the mirror, you raise the breast to see if there's anything going on under. You raise the other one too. And after looking and there's nothing, then you can start feeling.
Okay.
Right, so if your breasts are small, you can keep on standing to continue feeling. But if they are large, you need to lie down. It's
Okay.
easier that way.
Okay.
I would say you should go in the direction of a mosquito coil.
Okay.
You start from outermost
Okay.
while closing the
Those
gap
in UK do
gradually.
not know mosquito coil. Dr. Vanessa, have you ever seen a mosquito coil?
They're my good friends now.
Either a mosquito coil or you divide the breast into 4
Okay.
so that you can tackle each quadrant.
Okay.
Right, so
So
while your
mosquito
hand-
coil means that circular.
circular.
Okay.
While closing the
Okay.
gap gradually.
Okay.
So you end up on the nipple.
Okay.
But it's good to keep your fingers together
Okay.
and flat so
Okay.
you don't miss any spots.
Okay.
Right, so when you finish and you get to the nipple, you need to press that area also towards your chest.
Okay.
In case there's something hiding behind the nipple.
Okay.
When you are done, then you express the nipple
Okay.
to see if any discharge will come out.
Okay.
Afterwards, then you move to the tail
Okay.
of the breast. That's where a lump may be hiding. In some people, there's nothing in the breast, but there's something hiding at the tail.
Wow.
So if you miss it, then you may be at risk.
Wow.
Yeah, so if there's no lump at the tail, then the last place is the armpit or the
Okay.
axilla,
Okay.
where you can feel the lymph nodes, that's the pebbles I spoke about. From there, you move to the other breasts. Yeah.
Dr. Vanessa, at which age should a woman start clinical examination?
I say that from your teens, early 20s, you should know what your breasts look like
Okay.
and know you're normal.
Okay.
And when you do that, then you recognize that through your cycle, it
Okay.
will change. So sometimes you will look at your breast just before your period and it will be quite engorged, it feels bigger, and the skin feels tighter. And then as you go through the cycle, it's softer.
Okay.
So everything about health is knowing what is normal for you.
Okay.
So that so then any change, then
Okay.
you're like, I need to go and get investigated.
Okay.
And doing it from an early age also makes you feel more comfortable with your body.
Okay.
Because often when you're talking about examining your breast and doing it in that circular motion, I can guarantee that many women listening and watching, they haven't touched their breast properly. So they'll look at it, they'll touch here, touch there, but to say, have they really pressed it? They haven't. So the earlier that you start, the better. But the issue is that with clinical examination as well, particularly as you go through stages of your life, like you get pregnant, you'll notice that your breasts will change. As you get older, where it was pert and high, it may not be as high. So then, exactly as Dr. Betty was saying, you have to know your breast to say, right, I have to lift it up and I have to push it to the side so I can see everything. And then you get into that rhythm as well. So as early as possible, but also keep on doing it. Don't have a gap. And I believe every month. And I think if you're in the shower as well and you're standing with water, your hands are often slippery. So it's actually quite good as well because you get to know the breast well.
So every month you do self-examination, but how often do you do the clinical one? Mammogram and all. How often do you have to do it?
So with the clinical screening, there are two types. So you've got the ultrasound, and as we've said, the ultrasound is the one that you have jelly that people know that you put on your stomach. It's the same thing that is done on the breast. And that tends to be done in younger women before the age of 40, but you can do it after as well. But the gold standard for 40 and above is a mammogram. And with that, I advise every year or 2 yearly, if you're going to spread it, but yearly, because as I said, our breasts change and it evolves as well. And the thing about the mammogram, I think, is important because a lot of people, when they hear about mammogram, they're like, and they say, no. And just to explain what a mammogram is. So a mammogram is an X-ray of the breast. So when we hear about X-rays, people think, oh gosh, I've got radiation. And that is going to cause and affect the breast.
That's one thing I really want you to talk about.
And the radiation that you're exposed to in a mammogram is a safe level that is there to for us to visualize the breast. It's not at a level that we have in the background that we're exposed to all the time. So it's not a significant level. But the X-ray, when you're having a chest X-ray and you're standing in front of the X-ray, they will tell you to move in certain positions to get the right picture. It's the same with the breast. We ask you to move in certain positions. And you can imagine that you're trying to lift a breast and you're trying to get a picture of inside. So when we do it, we actually have to squeeze the breast quite a bit. And I don't like to lie to people. It's uncomfortable. And we sometimes, the denser breast that you have, you have to push a bit more to see. But that's because we want to get a better picture. And that's why we're squeezing it. And I know that it is uncomfortable, but I say to people, it's more uncomfortable to have breast cancer. It's more uncomfortable to have complications. So if you've got an opportunity to do it, then please do it. And once it's done, it can give a really good picture to support doctors to give the right diagnosis. And then based on that, they can decide what they need to do next. If they see an area that they think, okay, I'm not sure about, that's when they go into a biopsy. And then that's when they put a needle into the breast to take some tissue out to understand. And when we hear all of this, we're like, ooh. But I say that knowledge is power. And so and every intervention, if we can do something, and the earlier that we can diagnose you, the higher the risk of you living a great life afterwards, then please do it early and screen.
So Dr. Vanessa, I guess the reason why people do not want to do mammogram is because people think that there's a side effect. There's the radiation. Maybe you need to educate us. Because I am told, I used to have the same problem, and I am told that the radiation from our phones
is more than
the So please educate us on
exactly.
it.
And it's just to emphasize, because when we think of radiation, we think of these big rays that are coming to attack us and then affect our cells in the body and cause cancer. No. So we are surrounded every day with some radiation. That's what's there. And then for our phones to work and communicate with each other, there's a level of radiation that we are exposed to all the time. And if people tell me, you know, on our phones, we talk about the screen time. Some of us are on our phones 16 hours out of 24 hours a day.
Wow.
You know, we're on it a significant amount of time and we're exposed to something every day and we're not worried about that. But for a mammogram, the level of radiation is a safe level.
Okay.
That is less than...
It's a safe level.
Safe level.
Wow.
That is less than many of the things that we are exposed to day to day. But that safe level of radiation can save your life.
Okay.
And I think that's the crux of it. Yeah.
Let me ask this question again. Why do some people have to do both mammogram and then ultrasound?
So the gold standard for screening is mammogram.
Okay.
Yes.
For 40 years and above.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, the issue about ultrasounds is that there are many different relevant things. One of the issues is that when you're doing screening in communities, the mammograms are big machines that are difficult to transport. When you've got, when you're doing, nowadays we've got these mobile x-rays that you can do. It's not the same for mammograms. Like in the UK, and we're seeing some in Ghana, like you can see in a van that you can go into. But it's not something that I'm going to say, I'm coming on Sunday to Royalhouse and I'm bringing the mammogram. And the ultrasound is another way of visualizing the breast. It gives good images, but the best images that you can get to really see the breast is the mammogram. So the ultrasound has its place, and the ultrasound gives us information. And so sometimes people will do self one, ultrasound, and then mammogram, or you can do your self one and then go straight to mammogram. So the ultrasound is another option. And if there are some people, you know, that in terms of finances and thinking, I'm concerned about something and I may not have the funds, they start with an ultrasound. If there's something of concern, then they'll move to the mammogram as well. And ultrasounds are always very good as well if you've got denser breasts. And as black women, we can tend to have denser breasts, so it's got its place, definitely. Yeah.
Please let your questions flow. If you have questions for Dr. Betty or Dr. Vanessa, please let the questions flow. They are here to answer every question on your heart concerning breast cancer. Before we go for a break, Dr. Betty, yes, we are told that at age 40, you need to start a yearly mammogram. Assuming somebody's mom or grandmother or an auntie died of breast cancer or had breast cancer, do you still have to wait till age 40 to start a mammogram?
Absolutely not. Now, if you have a higher risk, maybe a family member or you yourself have had it before, or someone in the family has even had prostate cancer, because we learned about the genetic components, and the BRCA gene is also implicated in prostate cancer. So if someone in the family has had prostate cancer, you may also have breast cancer.
Oh my God.
It offers you a higher risk.
If a male in the family
has had prostate cancer,
there's a possibility.
There's a possibility that you may develop breast cancer.
That's the first time I'm hearing this.
Yes, based on the genetic component.
Wow.
That's the BRCA gene.
Wow.
Yes. So you need to start as early as possible.
Okay.
As early as puberty, even.
Okay.
Once you get to know your breast.
Where puberty is?
Puberty, I mean, your teenage.
Good.
Yes. So that you get to know your breast from the self-breast exam. And then yearly ultrasound or yearly mammogram when you are over 40. It's better to detect it earlier than later. And amongst we blacks, it's been found out that the breast cancer is actually detected in younger women as compared to the Caucasians or the whites.
Okay.
And the worst comparison is ours is even more aggressive than the whites.
Wow.
So if you decide to wait till age 40, you might not even reach the age 40 if your risk is higher based on the other factors that Dr. Vanessa has spoken about. So I would say start the screening as early as possible, do the self-breast exam, do the yearly breast scan, add the mammogram when you are age 40, and you are good to go.
Okay.
It's far better that way than to wait till age 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will go on a short commercial break. When we are back, you will hear the voices of two beautiful ladies, and then Dr. Vanessa and Dr. Betty will come back to answer your questions. Can we go for a short commercial break?
Last year was electrifying. This year will be another overflow of His presence. Ghana's Praise Experience 2025 with Pastor Kofa, guest artist Pastor Josh Lai, ACP Kofi Sapo, and Prince Gifty, the Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministry. Pastor Remonte, Pastor Chifa, Anya Tess, Lady Chatty, and many more. Dates 2nd November 2025. Time 4 p.m. at the Royalhouse shop. This concert is to support our SHS campus evangelism tour. 100 Ghana is for supporters, 50 Ghana is for regular, and 30 Ghana is for students. You can dial *714 *003 *5# to purchase your online tickets. For any information, you can call 0595 243312. Sponsors, media partners, Ghana's Praise Experience. Josh.
So Grand Pacific is a Ghanaian-owned company which has been in existence for almost 30 years, dealing in general electrical products running from house wiring materials, switches, distribution boards for commercial facilities, transformers, stabilizers, UPSs, anything electrical. Anything that will enable one to have electricity, quality power supply into their facilities. We have been doing business with institutions all over the country, hospitals, banks, telecommunication companies, real estate developers, for both residential and commercial facilities. We have a team of engineers and technicians who ensure the installation of our products and also after-sales support. We have been doing this for almost all our customers who have been depending on us, and they are fully satisfied for the past 25 to 30 years. We represent a number of European firms, globally known manufacturers all over the world, and we ensure that our customers are satisfied, they are covered as far as electricity is concerned. We always ensure quality power supply to anyone that depends on us. We have good credit facilities for our good customers, those who have been with us for a very long time and have always been dependent on our products. So with Grand Pacific, quality power is guaranteed. You will always have what it takes to enjoy electricity in your facility. So with Grand Pacific, you are always covered. Stable power supply, quality materials, warranty for everything that you buy from us. We have warranty running from 1 year to 10 years for our products. You are fully covered. Come on board and enjoy the good services that we offer. Know why certain institutions have been depending on us for almost 30 years. And you will enjoy our services and you will enjoy our products. Come on board. You are welcome.
Welcome back to Family Life with Mama Rita. If you are just joining us, we are doing Pinktober. Pinktober is Pink October, and October has been dedicated to breast cancer awareness. My darling, if you have been listening to me year after year, you can't sit down and have breast cancer. We were told before we went on break that if it's stage 1 or stage 2, it is very, very easy, to treat you. But when you are now getting to stage 4, then it gets worrying or worrisome. I think that what we are doing now is prevention. Early detection, you would save your life. So, Dr. Vanessa, what are the main risk factors for breast cancer? And which ones can we actually control through lifestyle changes and personal decisions?
No, I think that, like I was mentioning, there are some that we can't change in terms of risk factors with our age, and we're talking about the genetics. And like the BRCA genes, and there are other genes that we know are relevant to breast cancer, and sadly we can't change that as yet. There are more research about how to manipulate it, but at the moment we can't. But then when we look at the modifiable factors, it is related to weight management, exercise, and alcohol and smoking. So for me, some of the best things to do is optimizing your health.
Optimizing your health.
And really focusing on the fact of every part of your life.
Okay.
How can you improve things to give yourself the best chance of staying healthy? And that's the thing. And we talk about obesity and weight gain.
Okay.
And we kind of like say, oh, it's nothing.
Okay.
But actually, when you look at a lot of the data about cancers, it's a really significant thing.
Wow.
So the things to change are about exercise, about movement.
Okay.
Exercise doesn't have to be jumping up and down, going to the gym, 5-6 times a week, because all of us will fail. Well, I would fail. But making a thing and say, okay, even once a week, you're gonna go for a walk. You're gonna walk around your area for like 30 minutes. That can make a significant difference to your health outcomes.
Wow.
So exercise, what you put in your mouth.
Wow.
When we're talking about the radiation, people are always thinking, oh gosh, like what are we exposed to?
That's right.
But some of the most powerful things the difficult things that we do to ourselves is what we put in our mouth. And it's what we put and how much we put, So thinking about our diet, our nutrition, portion control, all of that can make a difference. And then also, when we think about how to optimize our life, people may not be honest or open about it, but smoking, if that's in a feature in your life, cutting that, making a decision today to stop smoking can make a significant impact on your health outcomes. Alcohol as well, we talk about it, and people will, aren't always open about how much they drink and the quantities, but cutting it down significantly can make a huge difference. So, when I think about health, I think about, we always talk about, just living. But I don't think about lifespan. I always say thrive span. Wow. When you're living, you want to thrive.
Thrive span.
Exactly.
I love that.
So you want to live life the best that you can in best health. And it's related to the cancers and prevention, but so many other things. So what you eat, how much you eat, how much you move your body. And the other thing I would say, 2 things that we don't talk about enough: sleep, sleep, and prioritizing rest. Can make a significant difference to your health.
Wow.
And also your, in terms of your mental health as well, and confidence, you know, the mindset of being managing your health, and if any complications come, that is really, really important, because stress and the hormones associated with stress, like cortisol, and can really affect our bodies. They affect the cells of our bodies. So thinking about sleep, stress, exercise, nutrition are really things that we can bring some change in as well.
I just wanted to add a little
Okay,
to what
please go
she
ahead.
said. The thing about obesity is the excess fats creates a fertile ground for the body to create excess estrogen.
Wow.
And it's the estrogen that worsens the cases of people. So estrogen is implicated, high levels of estrogen is implicated in breast cancer, especially the aggressive ones. So in trying to reduce the amount of estrogen, weight loss actually goes a long way. And then when we talk about the smoking, some people are so addicted to smoking and they wouldn't want their parents to get to know. So there's tobacco gums. It's like
Tobacco
chewing
gum.
Yeah. And it's been found out that when you chew one tobacco gum, it's equivalent to smoking 2 sticks
Wow.
of cigarettes. And so that even worsens, your risk.
Tobacco gum. So it's just like you are
chewing
gum,
yes.
But it's actually cigarettes.
Yes. So on flights, people chew it, especially those, because you can't smoke on a flight. So some people chew tobacco gums.
Wow.
Yes. And
it looks just like ordinary gum.
Yeah, but it's
ordinary
tobacco.
chewing gum.
Yes. And then in making choices when it comes to contraceptive use, we try to avoid the ones that contain the estrogen. And then go along with the ones that have the progesterone. That's actually safer and reduces your risk. And for the men too, anything that affects the testes reduces the amount of testosterone you produce. And every male has both estrogen and testosterone. The only difference is your testosterone is higher. That's why you have the male features. So anything that brings down your testosterone level may increase your risk of developing breast cancer. And the liver plays a vital role. So those who take alcohol and develop liver disease, liver cancer and all that, the liver balances your hormones in the body. So any problem with the liver would cause an imbalance in your hormone, increase the estrogen, and increase your risk factor for developing breast cancer. If you have an infection of the testis, and some boys are born with undescended testis, it's all part of it. So anything that affects the testis can increase a male or a man's risk factor for developing breast cancer. There are other genetic components like, it's a big word, like Klinefelter syndrome. It's a syndrome that affects human beings, mostly men. Every human being has 23 pairs of chromosomes. It's normal. So you have 46.
You said every human being has
23 pairs of chromosomes in your DNA.
Okay.
That makes you a complete human being.
Wow.
You become a female if you are XX. Every woman produces X.
Okay.
So the sex of the baby you give birth to depends on what the man brings.
Okay.
If the man brings a Y, then joined to your X, you have a boy.
Okay.
If the man brings an X, you have a girl.
Okay.
But there may be some abnormalities in the combination. So instead of XY, you may have XXY.
Oh, okay.
You may form a boy, but the testes may be underdeveloped.
Okay.
So that boy typically may be taller than everyone in the family, but have a low testosterone level.
Okay.
And so inadvertently you have an imbalance in the hormones and may increase your risk factor of developing breast cancer in the future. And then the others are the sedentary lifestyle and all that. Yeah.
You mentioned something and I just thought about it. I think we've never handled family planning here before, and I think it's one thing I would want us to talk about, family planning and the best choice. You know, most people do not know what to do. Which one is the best? I think that we would really would have to talk about this one. Before I move to our next question, Dr. Vanessa, you were talking about stress. And I would want you to highlight a bit on stress and our health. Stress and breast cancer or stress and cancer in general. You know, I've heard you talk about stress so many times, and it was so good. So let's know a bit about stress, and then its complications and implications.
No, definitely. So when we have the cells in our body that are just functioning and multiplying, etc., and then there are different insults that can happen to it that can affect how the cells grow and how they can age and change. And there are different types of stress. So there can be stress that, you know, there's some data that when, particularly in areas where there's a lot of racism, we've seen in data that the stress of living with racism and people putting you down, looking down at you, you're constantly on edge. That stress can affect the cells in your body. And that can also age you. So we call that weathering. It affects your body. So we know that the process of any stress can affect the cells and can change them, and that can affect your health outcomes. And when we talk about stress a lot in our lives, we think about there are so many different hormones in our body. And hormones are these chemical messengers that control so much of our lives. So we were just talking about estrogen, that's one of the hormones. But one of the hormones that is very relevant is cortisol, which and that goes up in stress. And the levels of cortisol circulating in our body, when that goes up, that can affect the cells in our body in so many different organs. And then our organs are, you know, the body is amazing. You know, God has created an amazing body that responds to what we give to it. So it's got all these insults. The cortisol goes up, and then it can affect different organs. So then it can affect how you digest food. So it can affect how the body breaks down energy as well. So you can feel weaker, more tired, you can feel more bloated and sluggish. And so all of those then manifest into poorer health outcomes. And then you think about, okay, what are the things that are causing us stress in our lives? And, you know, for some people, just getting up is stressful because they get up and they're thinking about all the responsibilities
they have to do in the day.
You know, and you know, as women, you're constantly juggling. You know, you said to me, okay, how do I manage one and the other? And I'm not even sure that I manage it because one thing goes up and another thing crashes, and you can see it. So people are managing their stress day to day, and they're just trying to go on with life, and they may be functioning, but then it can be having a negative impact on their body. And then our bodies betray us. So then suddenly it's there that we're having so many headaches. Our blood pressure increases. Our energy levels go down. We don't function as much. Stress, you know, we talk about brain fog and memory. Stress can be one of the biggest triggers of brain fog because you're there and you're like, I can't remember what I'm doing. And it's because you've got the insult of stress, all the hormones circulating, and you can't concentrate as well. So I always say, don't underestimate stress. Because then you're not being kind to yourself. Because the stress manifests in so many different ways. And so I think, you know, one of the beauties of being in your families, your connections, your church families, is that you can be open. So if you've got stress, don't suffer in silence.
Like that.
Think about, okay, who can you talk to? Think about speaking to a healthcare professional and saying, I'm having difficulty. Even someone advising you about how to sleep better, what to eat, going for a walk before you need to go to bed can also make a huge difference. So stress is real. Definitely.
When I was going to start this program, Family Life, I was wondering, Family Life, within a year it should be done. But there's so much to talk about when it comes to family life. I mean, there's so much. And I think I would have to let you and Dr. Abba come and talk about stress. I mean, we really, really, really need to, you know, look at all that. Ooh. When our time is going, That's when it gets so, my time today, there's something happening to my time. Dr. Betty,
Yes, ma'am.
how do family history and genetics affect a person's risks? And can someone from a high-risk family do anything to lower their chances?
Okay.
Before Dr. Betty answers, please let your questions come in. They are here to, and these doctors are so busy. Oh my God. If we are not able to finish, I'll let them stay in to answer your questions if they are not able to finish. It's so difficult getting these doctors. The next time I hear, Dr. Vanessa will be in Australia. Dr. Betty.
Yes, please. So family history plays a vital role in the diagnosis and management of breast cancer. It's under the non-modifiable risk factors that we spoke about. So when we talk about the genetic components, we're talking about two main genes. That's the BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. We call them BRCA1, BRCA2 genes. So it runs in some bloodlines, and there's a way to find out through genetic testing. Initially, it wasn't available in Ghana, but there's some few labs that do it now, but quite expensive. I know Alma Lab does it, but as of last year, it was about 6,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
And you would have to wait for 10 days for your results.
To check if there's a history of
whether you have the gene in your blood or not.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a genetic testing component.
Okay.
And so there's another way, to find out only if there's a casualty. That's if someone has had it before in the family, or as I said earlier, prostate cancer in the family would give you an idea, or any type of cancer really.
Okay.
That should keep you on your toes.
Okay.
To look out for the tests and then the screening methods. There are other genetic points to look out for.
Okay.
The one I spoke about, the Klinefelter syndrome, that one is only after delivering a baby and doing the test before you find out that the baby has this syndrome. Some of they are mostly guys.
Okay.
So some of them are actually taller than their family members, about 3 or 4 inches taller. So they are regarded as, true men.
Yeah.
Up until it's time to have a baby, and then they find out that they are infertile. In the outside world, they found a way around it to still have a baby, but not in Ghana.
Wow.
Yes, and as I said, they typically have smaller testes, and that would give you a sign that there's something going on. Otherwise, there are subtle changes you may have to look out for. Sometimes they have learning problems, problems with communication here and there.
Okay.
Otherwise, they can go on to live a normal lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the genetic aspect of it.
Wow.
So you can try and be more strict with your screening to be able to detect it early if it occurs.
Okay.
Otherwise, some people go on to have their babies as early as possible.
Okay.
And then choose to take out their breasts and their ovaries. Once they do that, they know that their risk factor is totally down. They are not likely to get breast cancer. They are not likely to get ovarian cancer. But that is, how many people can choose to actually go and remove their breasts and their ovaries? The other side effect is you may start wrinkling early once you remove your breast and your ovaries, because they give you the hormones that keep you looking young.
Wow.
Yeah.
The breast and the ovaries.
And the hormones, yes. The hormones they produce
Wow.
keep you looking young. So if you want to, dodge that aspect, you may choose to go the radical method, have your babies early, take out your breasts and ovaries, and then sometimes take some supplements to still keep looking young.
Okay.
But that's not likely in Ghana. People don't usually do it in Ghana. Yeah, but
You
in
mean the
outside
supplements?
world, no, to actually take out the breast and the
Oh,
ovaries.
okay.
But in the outside world, people do it.
People do it.
Yes.
People are doing it now.
To live longer. Yeah.
Wow.
Otherwise, the screening methods can keep you safe.
We have some questions that have come in, but honestly, I really wonder if we can do the questions. And even me, I'm not done. I have so much to talk about. If I'm not able to finish, I'll let these two doctors stay in today and I'll finish up, because the truth is getting them again. I don't know. So if I'm not able to finish it, I'll let them stay in. Dr. Vanessa had already spoken about diet, exercise, weight management, that can help prevent breast cancer. We will come to that again. But on Saturday, something is happening. Every October, every year, we do what we call the pink walk. And today, I'll let some people talk about the pink walk. But trust me, on Saturday, I'm going to lose a kilo at least. We are climbing the McCarthy Hill. It's not just climbing, but we are also praying. So it's actually a prayer walk. And as we walk, as we climb the hill, we are also praying that God, we are preventing breast cancer.
Amen.
God, take breast cancer away from us. Amen. God, if there is anybody amongst us who has breast cancer, please heal the person and give us a testimony in the name of Jesus. So you would make a date with me coming Saturday, breast cancer walk or pink walk. Before Dr. Vanessa and Dr. Betty leave us, I want them to talk about the available treatment options for breast cancer here in Ghana and then maybe Africa today. Mm-hmm. You are coming from the UK. What are the options for us for breast cancer? Mm-hmm. The two of you can both talk about it.
I can start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So when we think about managing breast cancer, one of the things is, as Dr. Betty was saying earlier, about surgery.
Okay.
So, and there are different types. So sometimes we do what we call a lumpectomy.
Okay.
So it's
break it down.
Yes. So you're looking at the mass, the lump that can be felt in the breast.
Okay.
And then when they've done imaging and tests, they've seen that it's only there. They don't think the cells of the cancer have gone anywhere else. So they will take it out.
Okay.
But most times, if cancer is found and then they're unsure if it's spread, they will do what we call a mastectomy, and that is taking off the whole breast. Now, when we talk about those surgeries, it's important to say that in some cases it can be left as it is. Okay. But there's reconstruction surgery that is accessible here as well. That can be done to kind of recreate the breast as well. So you've got your surgery, and then when you've got the cells there that you want to change and get rid of, you want to attack the cells. Okay. You want to attack the cells that you see, and you also want to attack the cells that you can't see. Okay. Because when in cancer, you've got abnormal cells that are multiplying. Okay. And with imaging and we're doing biopsies and needles, we try and see where it is. We do scans and we try and see where it is. But there's a possibility that some of the cells may have escaped. So they don't stay there, and that's when you talk about the different stages. Okay. They could have moved in your bloodstream to other parts of the body. Wow. So because of that, you want a treatment that can, affect all of your body. Okay. And those are the things that we call, one of the things is chemotherapy. Okay. So chemotherapy is putting drugs, usually in a vein in your bloodstream, or it can be through tablets, but normally in a vein to go in your bloodstream. And this medication goes around the body and it attacks the cells of the body. But the thing that's important about chemotherapy and why when people hear it they get nervous
That's
because
right.
they think about the side effects.
Okay.
Because the reason that we get side effects with chemotherapy is that the chemotherapy kills the bad cells, but
Okay.
it can also kill the good cells of the body as well.
Oh.
So it can cause a number of complications.
Okay.
But like when you're giving any treatment, it's all about the risk versus the benefit.
Okay.
So the risk of complications is there, but the benefits of treating and clearing the cancer often is much higher. So
Okay.
we focus on the chemotherapy.
Okay.
And then we have what we call radiation.
Okay.
Now this is where the radiation, you're giving it at the higher levels
Okay.
to attack the cells, and
Okay.
you're doing that intentionally because you want to clear the cells.
Okay.
So you're giving radiation. So you've got surgery, you've got chemotherapy and radiation.
Wow.
And as it evolves, those are available in Ghana at
Okay.
varied costs, and we will talk about that. But then there are more, what we're saying, more sophisticated treatments that
Okay.
have come out. So some of it is that some of the cells that multiply, when you look at them, they have some what we call receptors on it. So let's say targets. So you look at it and you can see that if you give it something, it will respond to it.
Okay.
So what we do is that we've got some treatments that it says, okay, you like this hormone to grow. So I'm going to give you a tablet or a treatment that blocks that hormone so it stops growing.
Okay.
So we've got what we call hormonal therapy.
Okay.
And things are becoming more sophisticated. So we've got something called targeted therapy. So really, the genes that we've been talking about, there are specific therapies that act on those genes.
Okay.
But I'll let Dr. Betty do expand on it. But
Yeah.
the issue about some of these more sophisticated ones is that they're not widely available.
Okay.
We're still learning. And if it is available, it's often in trials.
Okay.
And so I think that that's when where you live and what you have access to is very relevant. But yeah.
To add to that, talking about the chemo, depending on the spread of the cancer, if the surgeon knows that if he goes in, he's not likely to get a clean margin.
Okay.
He starts with chemo.
Okay.
So you can go for about 4 sessions of chemo
Okay.
just to push all the cancer cells to one location.
Okay.
So that when he goes to theater and he takes a margin, he's sure that he has a clean margin.
Oh, okay.
And then he can continue with chemo afterwards. So the before chemo is called neoadjuvant.
Okay.
And then after chemo is called adjuvant.
Okay.
So you may have neoadjuvant, surgery, and then adjuvant.
You need to give me a certificate after this.
All to ensure that you are clean afterwards, especially if it has spread to the armpits and then to other areas.
Okay.
And then the hormonal therapy, we spoke about estrogen and progesterone. So the drugs given are targeting those hormones to bring them down. The reason why you may have people are scared of how they would look while going through chemo, they have to vomit, they feel sick all the time, they can barely keep something in. It's because of the side effects of the chemo. And you lose the hair because the chemo is targeting fast-growing cells.
Okay.
The cancer is a fast-growing cell.
Okay.
The hair is a fast-growing cell.
Okay.
So it doesn't choose which cell, it just goes everywhere.
Okay.
But the good thing is you can recover your hair after treatment.
Okay.
Right, so just to add a little to that. And then the reconstruction surgery is available in Ghana too.
Okay.
Some people come from Nigeria to Ghana because apparently our system is far better.
Wow.
They come for surgery, they come for
Wow.
reconstruction, and then they go back.
Wow.
And then the most important thing is your follow-up after. You need to be cleared that you are totally cancer-free. And it depends on your risk factors and the stage you came in and the grade of the cancer that was treated. So some people are followed up for 5 years, 12 years before they are declared cancer-free. Even that, they have to follow up with yearly or 2 yearly visits. Now, if you've had partial mastectomy, that's if part of the breast was taken off, then your follow-up is closer.
Okay.
But if both breasts were taken off, then the follow-up is wider because there's no breast for the cancer to act on anymore.
Okay.
And if the stage is quite late, unfortunately, just about 3 days ago, there was a conference held and one of the ladies came to speak. She's quite young, in her 20s. She joined the survivors to speak, but she started by saying she's not a survivor. It's quite sad because when she went to the hospital, her stage is stage 4.
Oh my God.
It had spread to her lungs and her bones.
Oh my God.
She's pretty and in her 20s and young.
Oh.
So she was counseled over and over and over again that they can't remove the breast. It wouldn't help her. They can't offer her any surgical treatments. But what she's on is yearly chemo.
Wow.
Until the inevitable happens. So some people have followed up like that every year. They go for chemo all the time. And it's because it's at a stage that nothing can be done.
Wow.
They do the chemo so that it doesn't evolve into a sore with the smell and all that, so that it guarantees the person's quality of life in a way. That's also called palliative care.
Wow.
Where the cancer has taken over and you can't offer any form of treatment. You can just manage it. Yeah, so those are the options.
What a way to end with Dr. Vanessa and Dr. Betty. But the truth is that I have so many questions I've written down that I want to ask them. So we're actually going to stay. I know we've had some questions come in. They are going to stay in and answer the questions so that we can show you those ones next week. But before we close, we'll go for just a short commercial break. And I promised you 2 pretty ladies will be here with me to talk about Saturday. Stay on with me for just a few minutes.
Last year was electrifying. This year will be another overflow of His presence. Ghana's Praise Experience 2025 with Pastor Kofa, guest artist Pastor Josh Lai, ACP Kofi Sabo, and Press Gift, the Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministry, Pastor Patch Remonte, Pastor Chifa, Anya Tess, Lady Chatty, and many more. Dates 2nd November 2025, time 4 p.m. at the Royalhouse Chapel. This concert is to support our SHS Campus Evangelism Tour. 100 Ghana cedis for supporters, 50 Ghana cedis for regular, and 30 Ghana cedis for students. You can dial *714 *003 *5# to purchase your online tickets. For any information, you can call 0595 243312. Sponsors, media partners, Ghana's Praise Experience. Josh. Last year.
handling breast cancer and the awareness of breast cancer. With me today was Dr. Vanessa and Dr. Betty. I can't let them go, honestly, because I haven't finished with my questions. I'm going to let them stay. We are going to finish it. But before we break for today, I have two beautiful ladies here. Hey, my studio is shining. So with me today is the president of 2G and the second vice president of 2G. The first vice president is currently in the US. My darling, things are happening. The chief of press are being blessed. One was in Singapore, one is in the UK. But with me today is the president and second vice. And incidentally, my daughter and my daughter-in-law, Lady Deacon Rita Korankye-Ankrah and Lady Deacon Jacqueline Korankye-Ankrah. Hey, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mommy.
Please, what brings you into my studio today?
We were invited.
What brings you to my studio today?
Well, you called on us, so we answered to your call.
What brings you here today?
Well, we're discussing Pink October breast cancer awareness, particularly Pink Walk. So once our mother calls, we have to show up.
Okay. So every year we have a theme for the Pink Walk.
Mm-hmm.
Every year we have a theme for the Pink Walk. And for this year, it is sports, stop, and survive. Stop, sports, stop, and survive. What inspired this theme, and how does it reflect the message you want participants to take home about breast cancer awareness?
So the Bible tells us in 3 John chapter 1, verses 2, that, dear friends, my prayer for you is that you may live in good health and enjoy life freely.
Wow.
And as a church, we don't want our members dying. Unfortunately, last year or 2 years ago, we lost a member of 2G who died to breast cancer. So we are trying all that we can to raise awareness, educate our people, the young, the old, the men, the women, that breast cancer is real. Early detection does save lives. So please, Pink October is the month that you get the opportunity to check your breast for free. Every facility in Ghana is doing that. I don't know about the UK, I don't know about the US, but in Ghana, everywhere you go is free. So don't miss out. We want everybody to jump on board. Ensure that you get your breast checked. God wants you to live a good life. He wants you to enjoy all that He has blessed you with. So please, a word to the wise is enough.
Lady Deacon Nadromo, the Pink Walk has become a highlight on the 2G's ministry's calendar. How did it all begin? And what has been its impact or growth over the years?
So the Pink Walk actually started in 2021. At that time, the president of 2G Ahifie was Reverend Nana Korankye-Ankrah.
Wow.
And so it was her initiative. As we've heard from the doctors, the numbers keep rising year after year. The statistics do not lie. According to the Ghana Health Service, we have at least 4,000 women diagnosed of breast cancer every single year. So we thought about it, what can we do as a ministry to highlight breast cancer? And that is how our first Pink Walk started. So it started at McCarthy Hill with just about 50 women.
Wow.
In fact, it was just 2G, 50, or Mama Rita came to join us.
Yeah.
And the royal ladies, our mothers, our aunties, decided that we are not going to let you enjoy alone. We are also going to be part of Pink Walk. and now it has become a Royal House event, a Royal Ladies event. Last year we had about 300 women in attendance. So it gets bigger and bigger every year. We give glory unto the Lord. And the impact is also being made. Every year women are found with lumps that could have gotten worse. As the doctors have already said, the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. So we are grateful that we've also had testimonies from Pink Walk and Pink October.
So please tell us, what should we expect on Saturday? What is happening this year?
Okay, so before we answer that, we are blessed to have amazing leaders, Apostle General and Mama Rita, who organize free breast screening at the church premises in the clinic every Sunday after church. This has been going on for so many years. Not only do you get free breast examination, we also have ultrasound available, highly subsidized. And over the years, the numbers also keep increasing for those who are participating to come and get their breast examined. So this is a call out to you. If you haven't checked your breast yet, you know, the month is almost to an end. Every Sunday in October, this Sunday, we will be screening. So please, after church service, don't miss out. Come. It doesn't take long, about 5-10 minutes, and you're out of the clinic. So this Saturday, what should we be expecting? We have amazing activities lined up. So on the bill, we have a prayer walk. We have aerobics. We have a health talk by one of our guests from today's show, Dr. Vanessa Appiah. We also have free health screening. So we have partnered up with an organization called Kratos, who are coming in. They are bringing everybody in their office. They told me they were coming about 25 people. I said, please, we beg. Let's try and work with a decent number, because the number of people coming, you know, the space and everything. But we have free breast screening going on. And we've also partnered up with Total House. They are providing us with a free van where we can have the ultrasound taken. We believe in maintaining the privacy and confidentiality of our members. So Total House Van is partnering up with us. And we will also have general screening where people will have their blood pressure checked, their BMI checked, and their blood glucose checked. We will have some doctors on site. Anybody who comes on the day will be free to talk to them, let them know about your issues, whatever question you have regarding your health. Please come out, come and network, come and have fun. There are the right people are out there for you to speak to, so that we take the next step in your health. Aside that, what else are we having? Fun and games?
Yes, of course. You know how we do it. We are daughters of Mama Rita. Our mother has trained us well. There'll be lots to eat. And afterwards, we are going to enjoy ourselves in the presence of the Lord. We're going to have games. We're going to laugh. We're going to fight. It's going to be very competitive. It's going to be really fun. I think you left out one other partner, the Accra Medical.
So we'll talk about the partners.
Okay.
Before we go into the partners and those who are sponsoring us, all the things you have talking about, the prayer walk, the aerobics, the health talks, the breast screening, how do these activities connect to the bigger goal of helping people stop breast cancer early and survive it?
So Nehemiah 4 verse 9 says that, but we prayed, but we also set up guards day and night.
Preach! I didn't know I have a pastor in my daughter. Please, quote it again.
Nehemiah 4:9. But we prayed, but we also set up guards day and night to stop the threats. So it means that prayer is
Please
important.
write it down, Nehemiah 4:9.
It means that prayer is important, but then we also need to go a step ahead to ensure that we are setting up guards against breast cancer. So the prayer walk, we are going to be praying against breast cancer. You know, Royalhouse Chapel, we are a prayer church. We are going to be campaigning and be dealing and fighting every cancer from our children's children to our generations after us. But then also, as Deacon Jackie mentioned, we are going to be having screening, free health checks to make sure. So apart from breast cancer, we're looking at the holistic body, our full health. We are going to be having tests to ensure that we are okay, that nobody is dying before their time.
Amen.
Then, of course, we're also going to be eating well. As they said, we have to eat well. We have to make sure that they said stress is part of the things that adds up to our cancer. So on Saturday, we are going to be killing every stress in our body.
Having fun.
Yes, having fun and laughing hard and playing games and dancing and singing and rejoicing to also cut off every single cancer. And then the doctors also mentioned exercising. So that's where the walk comes and the aerobics come in. So we are telling people that these are the full things that you need to ensure and to fight against breast cancer. So the fact that we're doing it only once a year doesn't mean that's it. It needs to continue doing it, continue doing the things that we have instilled or we are teaching you to do. So that at the end of the day, nobody's going to die before their time. You will not be part of the statistics in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. So before we close the curtain, we want to know about our partners.
Okay. So this year we're partnered up with the Accra London Health Center. Ooh. They are located in Laboni. The CEO was the one you heard from, Dr. Vanessa Apia. She's been with us from
So
day
while
one.
she's talking, we are seeing our partners on the screen.
It's an amazing facility. I was actually there today and I received top class treatment.
Wow.
Please, if you want to experience London, you want to experience the UK, this is the best place to go for your medical care, your medical checkup. We also are partnering
The name again?
The Accra London Health Center. So
the Accra London Health Center.
So TALC.
Please write it down. The Accra London Health Center. You don't need to catch a flight. You don't need to park to the airport. You don't need to go to London. My darling, we have London here in Accra. When you go there, you will know that indeed you have gotten to London. We have brought London into Accra. Amen. So go to Accra London Medical Center. Please tell us about it again. The Accra London Health Center.
Yes. And we're also partnering up with Kratos. They're also a medical facility located at Kaswa. They are bringing about 20-member team coming over to come and check our boobs. They are also coming to do the general medical screening for us, doing the BP check, BMI, the blood sugar. They are coming with everything. And you can get your
My darling, you can't miss this. You can't afford to miss this. And all is free by courtesy Royalhouse Chapel, Royal Ladies, 2G, Apostle General, and Mama Rita. Please go ahead, Lady Jacqueline.
And we also are partnering up with Total House. Year after year, they give us their van for us to conduct our screening. And we do have various screening that take place. Last year, we had a team that came to check the ears of people. We had dental checkups. We received a team from Kolebu who came to wash out people's ears. And last year,
I remember the things that came out of people's ears.
There were cotton wool, black polythene bags, I mean, food, so many things, you know. But don't miss out, you know. Year after year, we're going to take it one notch higher. And I believe that through this screening, the Bible says that for lack of knowledge, we perish. It is better for you to know what's going on in your body so that you'll be well equipped to be able to handle the body that God has blessed you with. So please don't miss out. Free screening in the hospital is just a general checkup. It's about 500 cedis upwards. So please come. Royalhouse Chapel 2G, Royal Ladies, we're inviting you to McCarthy Hill on Saturday, 25th of October. And I promise you're going to have the time of your life.
Wow, 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 wow. So before we close the curtain, make a date with us coming Saturday at 7 a.m. If you don't know McCarthy Hill, just drive into Royalhouse Chapel. Everything is there on the screen. Our theme, Sports, Stop, Survive. Pink Walk, October 25th at McCarthy Hill. The time there says 8 a.m., but we are starting at 7 a.m. at McCarthy Hill. It's going to be a prayer walk. It's going to be aerobics. It's going to be a health talk. It's going to be health screening. It's going to be breast examination. It's going to be fun games and lots and lots and lots of food. So where are we meeting? In McCarthy Hill. A common location where somebody will be there to direct them to where will be at McCarthy Hill.
If the media team can put the right artwork on it.
Okay.
So it's J. Stanley Owusu.
So I think it will be difficult to get that place. So at least either they come here or they go to the JE Methodist.
JE University.
JE University, my darling. JE University. Be there at 7 a.m. JE University, and there'll be people there to direct you to where will be JE University. And we said as much as you can, friends, jump into one car. So 4 friends can come together, jump into one car, because we have limited space with car parking. So some cars can be parked here. When you are going, those on this side is, where is it, the west? The western side of Accra, yeah. Labonin, also,
that's the eastern side.
Tema, come to Oil Dome or Ahimfie, park your car and jump into somebody else's car. When we are done, there will be a car to bring you here to pick up your car. Please make a date with us coming Saturday at 7 a.m. I am not dying now. I'm going to have a prayer walk.
Amen.
I'm going to bend the facts.
Amen.
And I'm going to make sure I'm going to have a lot of laugh.
Amen.
That day. I am going to sit on the heads of my enemies.
Amen.
Those who think I am crying, I'm not crying and I won't cry.
Amen.
I am going to laugh. I am going to have fun. Dr. Vanessa has spoken to us about stress. Make a date with us and your life will never be the same. Is there any closing you want to give to us before we close the curtain? Okay, so we'll meet you coming Saturday. Thank you so much for being a part of family life with Mama Rita. And like I promised you, the 2 doctors are still waiting. We will handle all your questions and then we will play it next week, Wednesday. It is very difficult to get these 2 doctors. So once they are around, I'm not letting them go. I am squeezing the blood and the sweat out of them. But remember, from the studios of Powerline, we love you. God bless you.